Hello, everybody. I am Sparky the Elephant, and welcome back to me doing a painting. But this time, this is a portrait painting that I haven't done for quite some time. I have done a portrait painting of my grandmother, but I will not be uploading that one to YouTube as I lost all the footage and it's too personal anyway. So this one is a painting of my fiance, and I only have 4 colors in oil, as I wanted to do specifically oil on canvas. So I have white, a yellowish kind of color, a reddish kind of color, and a brown. So there were parts of it that didn't work out the way I wanted, as they weren't dark enough. And but I also didn't have the patience to make it as realistic as I would wanted it anyway, as this is my first oil on canvas in quite a few years. So yes. So this was meant to be a gift for Christmas, but then turns into a gift for our anniversary, which is like 2 weeks after Christmas. I apologize for the pink dots that come up. I tried to hide my face. It's horrifying, by the way. I don't want to look at it. I don't understand why anyone would look at it. It's just, I should just wear a bag everywhere I go. Yeah, but it was meant to be for Christmas, and then it was meant to be for our anniversary, which is 2 weeks after Christmas. But I've had some personal things going on in my life, so yeah, it came out a bit late. So I decided to record it, as she wanted it to be recorded anyway, so she can watch me paint it. Yeah, she's very cute. Alright. Man, I am going to be a terrible streamer. I want to get into gaming streaming, but I can tell you right now, I'm going to be really bad at it. So yeah, so this is one of many projects I've got going. I have an animation project that I'm bringing back. I have a game record that I will need to edit and put it up as well. But so far, this is just me doing a painting. I was watching Vikings while doing this as well, just to describe some things, but the TV broke, so I didn't get to do Vikings, like the whole marathon of Vikings. I didn't even get up to when Ivor the Boneless was massacring everyone. He was still a baby when the TV broke. It was just devastating. So yes, I particularly enjoyed doing her eye. It was enjoyable. So there were quite a different sections of as you can see that there were quite a few different camera angles, as my friend moved my camera that I had perfectly set up, but I couldn't figure out where I had it last, so now it's in an awkward position where it doesn't really work, as I'm right-handed and my knuckles are hairy, so I apologize about that. And it's just an awkward position to watch, I noticed. So that was a mistake on my part. I didn't realize how awkward it was to watch me paint like that, as I can't exactly see, and as you guys can tell, you can't see what I'm doing. You can just see that when I move my hand, there's paint there now. But the one thing I did enjoy about oil is that, well, using terps, is how far it can spread, and it doesn't dry instantly. So it's just spread. It was nice. It was buttery, especially when I was doing my minor details. It didn't just dry on the brush as soon as I placed it down, like it did with acrylic. It was frustrating. I couldn't use small brushes because it just kept breaking my small brushes, which is why my previous paintings, you just see me doing a whole painting with a large brush the whole time, because the reality is it didn't break the brush. Wow, I only really narrated about 5 minutes, okay? Oh man, I might just let you guys listen to some music, but yeah. Yeah, I apologize for my horrifying face just there. I'm thinking maybe I should shave. But anyway. Yep, so this was the part where I started getting particularly frustrated and didn't want to use a small brush the whole time. So I upped the size a bit, and it was easier to put the paint down and move it around how I wanted it and put more on the canvas, especially if I had a bit of terps or paint thinner. I was able to move it around a bit further. Yeah. But yeah, I only painted the portrait with her arm, a bit of hair. But yeah, I seem to be really enjoying doing that eyeball. I also seem to make eyes too big. I keep making eyeballs too big. So I am reducing the size and then putting because she had little bits of white on the eyelid because it was a bit shiny. And yeah, just moving the paint around, enjoying it quite a bit. Yeah. Enjoy a bit of music. I got it for free. I'll put the link in the description. So most of that cheek was just done with the same color that I painted to mix together, and I just used some terps and I was able to spread it around fairly easily. So it's literally the same color but thinned out into the middle, thicker on the sides and thinned out into the middle. I do add more paint eventually to that, and now I'm just doing the hair around the ear and more of the nose, I guess. Hard to keep up with me. So if anyone's wondering how long this actually took me, it is 5 hours and 51 minutes this painting took. So it wasn't a 20-hour painting. I think I'll get pretty frustrated with doing a 20-hour painting. But it was over the course of a few weeks. I just paused my footage, or I ran out of space on my phone, and then went off and did something else. And unfortunately, you're seeing a very horrifying picture or image of myself there looking down at that painting. This painting, unfortunately, I am horrifying to look at. Sorry if anyone lost vision. Get over it. Don't think it can hurt as much as putting bleach in your eyes, but anyway. It's up there. Right, who puts bleach in their eyes anyway? Anyway, I'm just thinking of this weird woman. I shouldn't think of that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put in a warning of flashing. So I wanted to do a bit more painting at night time, or it's still a bit light outside, but yeah, keep the blinds closed due to reasons that I'm not going to mention on the internet. Yeah. Just wish the house was cleaner. Yep, so unfortunately these lights flicker a lot, especially if it's been raining. It flickers a painful amount, and when my housemate turns them on, I just instantly turn them off. Like, nah, I'm not dealing with this. He goes, what, why? Like, it just makes the room lighter. I was like, I don't care, it's flashing. The flashing doesn't go away. She says it does. It doesn't. So I had the flashing on for quite a bit. So it seems that on my camera it has gone away, but while I was painting that, it was still flashing, and I had to take a break. I felt unwell after a certain amount of minutes. Yeah, so I don't particularly like the flashing. And it seems to make everything look more yellow, the lights do. But yeah, in person they aren't as yellow. My skin and the paint and her skin aren't actually that yellow. It's just the light that's doing that. I'm really enjoying watching how fast the paint's going on. Oh no, it froze. Okay, I'm really enjoying how fast the paint's going on. Because yeah, in the speed paints it looks like it's spreading. It looks like it's really spreading. It's not, but it just looks that way, and it's satisfying to watch. Oh, new camera angle, flash warning, apologize. Luckily I didn't have to watch too much of this while editing. I kind of just flicked through it, looking for the parts where there's too much pausing, deleted the pausing parts, which is either me walking off and getting a drink, or it's mixing some paints and getting more paint in my brush. A great thing to do while having your painting set up is to have a nice cup of tea. Have a lovely cup of tea. I also forgot to put her piercings in the ear thing. So she's got you can see the picture, she's got a couple of piercings. No, I didn't put them in. Alright, so now it's back to actual proper daylight. Just giving it a good paint. Only 12 minutes through, okay. So it's proper daylight, giving her a good paint now. Thinking about what I'm gonna stream on Twitch. I suck at Bloodborne, but I want to play that. Yeah, it's particularly... It was an enjoyable experience doing this, and I think I'm definitely gonna start painting and selling paints. Like, selling paintings, not paints, because I don't want to buy and sell paints. I just want to get the canvases or planks of wood and stuff like that and just paint on them and sell them. It looks like it would be enjoyable. And no, I don't want to do commissions. I think I'll just get too stressed about that. Yeah, this was quite enjoyable, and unfortunately you get to see my face again. And I always find that a large brush, I can really spread it around quite well. Just put a little bit in your brush, just give it a good spread. Kind of like how you put makeup on your face, I guess, with that big fluffy fluff. You know, when they powder their nose, when I just think of cocaine, but they're literally powdering their nose. Yeah, and I only ever hear women say, I want to go powder my nose. I want to hear a man say that. Go to the bathroom and... Oh, yeah. It's not some... So this might have to be deemed not appropriate for children. I don't make any of my videos appropriate for children, even if it's just literally a painting. Because... I like the idea of people being able to comment on my stuff. Like, just comment, tell me I'm a piece of shit. It's good. So I made her nose too small. Her nose is actually about a bit wider than that. It's wider, but I didn't want to redo her nose, so she's got a smaller nose on my the painting. I actually really liked how the hand I did turned out, and it was so simple to do. All I had to do was just mix 4 paints together and slather it on, and it was done. Everything else I had to add different combinations of those 4 paints in different places, just small minute amounts. But yeah, I quite liked how the hand turned out. If you can hear a fan going in the background, that's because there is a fan going in the background and it's quite hot. There's something I always did with acrylic was use my finger to spread it around a bit, and same with pencil, but I haven't done a good pencil paint drawing for a while. I apologize for the weird lighting that's going on there. It's because it was afternoon, and now we're back at the nighttime with the not so flickering lights this time, which is a good change, but it was actually flickering. Yeah, the hair was a pain to do. I actually thought it was a real pain to do. I used quite a bit of paint to do the hair, and it wasn't even the right color. Her hair is actually black, and I saw bits of blue in it because it's so black it was blue. Yeah, I didn't have the right colors to do it. I don't even have blue, I just have brown. So that to me was a little bit disappointing, but that's okay, I guess. Damn. Only about 17 minutes through. This is a long video. I didn't make it shorter either. I should have made it shorter, but editing it it's been a real pain. So, yeah. Yeah, just adding a bit of highlights into her eyebrow. Oh, I actually did a good job with the eyebrow. Didn't even realise. I think I did a good job with the eyebrow. Her lips are an odd shape. They aren't quite the same. Oh, sadly you have to see me again. Right there. Looking not quite like a dweeb, but maybe like a crackhead. I actually found that really satisfying. After I let it dry for a bit, I actually placed bits of paint there and smoothed it around. It was nice. Like, I really like oil. It just feels like butter. It's so good. Like, there are perks of acrylics. So the perks would be that it dries quickly and they're cheap, and you can do a really fast speed paint because it's dry and you can just place a new layer on. But the thing about oil that I like is that you can actually mix it on the canvas. Yeah, so acrylic is really hard to get it closer to realism, I think. Yeah, that was just a bit of the brown mixed with whatever color I used and terps, and I thought that it kind of felt like a little bit of like a watercolor, and I could make a really, really thin layer. It was actually dry, not even by the end of the day. So most of this painting ended up being dry really, really quickly, because it is actually very hot where I live. I wouldn't say very, very hot, but it's still hot where I live. Very humid. It's so humid that a lot of you can get a respiratory problem fairly easily. Yeah. don't know what that part of the eye is called. Yeah, I don't really remember. What I do find interesting is that when people have, like myself, I always get darkness around my eyes. Well, all throughout uni I did, because I didn't sleep. I have this little, around that, the darkness in my eye, I would have that little white around the corner. A little bit of lightness around the corner. There's something special about a campus, I think. Sometimes it's just meh. But yeah, sometimes the campus is pretty good. Yeah, I ended up making her. I thought I made her eye look a bit like a moon almost. And if anyone's wondering, that is a Games Workshop paintbrush. I don't know if they make those anymore, but I did get that paintbrush about a decade ago, I think. Yeah, about a decade ago. It's like 2010, I think I got that paintbrush. So it was quite some time ago. It's still brilliant, I think. I think it's actual hair in that brush, not human hair, obviously. And yeah, I don't think they make brushes like that anymore at the Games Workshop. I have another Games Workshop brush that I got with their new Games Workshop paints, which I think are kind of trash compared to what they used to be. And yeah, the brush itself is terrible. It's just absolute garbage. It's overpriced garbage, I thought. So if you get into the Games Workshop and you want to paint miniatures and stuff like that, don't buy their brushes. They don't make them the way they used to. They don't even make metal models anymore. I've still got a few metal models. Buy them online or honestly at $2 shops. And they're really, really expensive, but you can go to an art shop, which is where I got these paints. And yeah, you can get all sorts of different styles, including the 000 brushes. They're really, really fine tips, and they're made out of actual hair, but they are really expensive. I found doing her hair, like the little fine bits, irritating. I couldn't get them the way I wanted. I ended up trying a flat brush and just putting it in a terps and just flattening it down to see if that did anything, but I found that it was easier to make straight lines instead of curved lines. And yeah, so all that white you see there isn't actually white, it's white mixed with that dark brown, and I've mixed it with a few different layers of the dark brown, so I can get different kind of shades of grey, and it kind of, in my opinion, looks a bit blue sometimes, like a light blue. The last image here, you're going to see a big pink blob, because, oh man, you saw the nice receding hairline right there on me, and I didn't want to show it. So you're going to have a nice pink blob very shortly. There we go. Nice pink blob. I'll try and get her hand the way it is. So I'm just going to put a picture of the painting right there. The background's not done because I want it to be green. My favorite color is green. It's got to be green. And all I can say right now, guys, is thank you for listening to my terrible commentary. Thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe. I'll be doing some more paintings. I'll be doing some more animations. And I'll be doing gaming videos. But I think I might stick the gamings on Twitch instead. I might be doing Twitch every Sunday mornings. That's my idea. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you all in my next lot of projects. I have to stop. There we are.